All right, so here we go. Number one. It's loading. Woman's body discovery that sparked police search turns out to be a large potato.
A large what?
Potato.
I Please explain.
An English dog walker got the shock of her life Tuesday when she stumbled across what appeared to be a human foot protruding through the dirt in the countryside. However, after the police deployed a large-scale search team, large scale is in quotes, so they're implying it wasn't large scale?
I guess so.
To
It's actually two officers.
large scale. We got all our resources on it right now.
The two guys that were just hanging out at the station.
Maybe this person's already put in, like, weird reports in the past that were completely false.
They could. That's true.
So after police deployed a large-scale search team to the potential major crime scene, they discovered it was just a potato growing next to a mushroom.
Oh? So this lady thought that a human foot was just poking out of the ground? Like that somebody went through the effort to bury this body, but didn't quite finish the job. And didn't care or bother to go back and cover up that last little limb.
He walks right by. Oh my god, a foot! It's clearly a potato, like, coming out of the ground.
Like, did she not take a closer look, or did she just assume that, like, the first thing that her mind thought of when she saw that was the truth?
Oh my god, a foot. Alright. According to BBC News, the woman sent a photo of the root vegetable selection to police as soon as she got home from the walk. Northumbria police said the photo did show what appeared to be a human foot, so they deployed multiple officers to the scene.
Wow.
The search team did have a chuckle when they realized it was a potato, police said in a statement, adding praise for the unnamed woman's vigilance.
I mean, I guess I give her a little bit less of a hard time since they said it did look like a foot.
Yes.
But, I mean, I'm still skeptical to think that it looked that much like a foot.
Like, I am too.
Like
Police said anyone in a similar situation should call them, stating, if it does turn out to be a vegetable, our police dogs will thank you for the treat.
Oh.
So there is a small picture. You know what? It kind of looks like a foot turned up, like the heel of a foot.
Does it?
But come on, like, did you not take a closer look? There's clearly stuff growing out of it.
That should be one of the thumbnails.
Okay, human foot found.
You be the judge.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. So, that was a bit weird.
That is a little weird. That is pretty weird. The lady's definitely a little weirder than most, I think, to assume that it's a foot. I don't care what kind of potato you're looking at.
No, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she didn't have her glasses on or something.
True. Or maybe she saw it, thought it was a foot, and got so scared she started running home. Didn't even take a second look. She's like, I can't get closer.
My god, a foot. Started running.
She starts looking around like it's a busy walkway, like somebody's going to see her next to the foot and pair her with the crime.
Did the double take like in Mega Shark. Holy shit.
Holy shit. I'm getting married in 2 days.
Classic. If anybody hasn't seen that, watch Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
What a doozy of a weird movie.
Or just the airplane scene on YouTube, where the shark jumps like 10,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's either an incredibly low-flying commercial airliner, or that thing goes up that high. And I'm going to tell you that the thing goes up that high because it goes through the clouds. All right? So...
But the guy before the shark jumps, like, double takes at the shark.
Like the most dramatic double take you could think. Not just like a slight one. He looks at it, looks back, and then looks back again.
And then says with the worst delivery, holy shit.
And And then you can put together what happens next is a giant
Please
great
look it
white
up. It's like
shark.
2 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on.
Maybe we'll put a link. A link to
I
that one.
All right. That's very important.
Yeah.
What the hell? It gave me the same. I'm gonna have to look that one up. All right. Okay. French woman spends 3 years trying to prove she is not dead.
Yeah. How do you prove you're not dead other than just showing up to places and saying, "Hey, I'm not dead"?
Okay, so Jean Pouchain has not existed in the eyes of France's officials since 2017.
So as far as the top brass of France goes, as far as they're concerned, she's dead. They totally care.
Yeah, they were intentionally ignoring her, pretending she didn't exist.
She walks in and starts yapping, and then they're like, "Who left the window open?" Because all I hear is wind.
You just think she's really annoying and trying to get her to go away.
It's like a little kid when you pretend that they're invisible, and they get really freaked out or really mad at you, and this is her.
What if everyone was doing that to her? It was like a mass conspiracy.
Then everybody, like people in the supermarket, the people on just walkers bys on the street, just
She
bumping
thinks
into
she's
her.
a ghost or something.
Like people just blatantly won't even look at her. Like she'll be talking. And wow.
Okay. In the flesh, she appears very much and alive. Convincing the French authorities of this has been proven another matter. After being declared dead by a court, Pouchain has spent 3 years trying to have herself officially resuscitated. I don't understand how you can be declared dead.
Did they find a body and then incorrectly match her like DNA with it or something? Or did she have like an accident and like her heart stopped beating for long enough to be able to be declared dead? I don't know.
Slim
I don't
chance
understand.
of that.
I would say it's probably the first one.
After
That
a
she's
long-running
correctly
legal
identified.
dispute involving a former employee at her cleaning company, she has not existed in the eyes of France's administration. I went to see a lawyer who told me it would be quickly resolved as I had been to my doctor who certified that I was very much still alive.
She had to go to the doctor to certify it.
But because there had been a legal ruling, this wasn't enough. Her lawyer was also astonished at her greatly exaggerated death. It's a crazy story. I couldn't believe it. I never thought that a judge would declare someone dead without a certificate. But the plaintiff claimed Mrs. Pouchain was dead without providing her any proof, and everyone believed her. Nobody checked. Nobody double-checked.
Oh, wow, they're like, all right, we take your word for it. We never liked her anyways.
So I'm trying to see, like, how that happens.
I don't know. I mean, so if depending on like what the case was, if they had to actually like rely on her testimony or something to do with her, and somebody says, "Well, she's dead," then maybe
Maybe it was like a paperwork thing. I don't know.
yeah, I don't understand. Like that's a pretty big misstep for the court system to do or to make, and then just declare somebody dead, like officially dead, and then make it that hard for somebody to then come back and say, "No, I'm not dead."
Yeah, what? This is so stupid, I feel like.
Yeah,
This wouldn't
and
make
it's
any
also
sense if you just show up alive, you know?
right, and it's also like if they never did their research, then they never had any like DNA samples or fingerprint samples or whatever to take to declare somebody dead. And then how is she even going to be able to use those fingerprints to prove that that wasn't her that they declared dead?
Oh, so this is pretty crazy. In 2016, believing Pouchain dead, an appeal court ordered her son and husband to pay the damages. The following year, the employee informed the Industrial Tribunal her letters to her former boss were unanswered and she had died. So she was scratched from official records, invalidating her identity card, driver's license, bank account, health insurance, and other official documents necessary to prove her existence.
So they scratched all that.
Yeah.
And so now she has nothing?
As her lawyer sought this week to have her officially resurrected, Prochain accused the former employee of inventing her demise in an attempt to win damages from her heirs. This is insane.
That is.
This would probably be a movie at some point.
That's wild. 3 years for all this to happen, and then...
Okay, the employee's lawyer counter-argued that Prochain was the author of her own demise and had played dead to avoid paying the damages.
Oh. So maybe this victim isn't so innocent.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. Who can we trust? You can't really trust anyone.
You can't trust anyone. Can you really trust anyone? No. The room taught us that.
It's time someone said stop. If I don't fight, nobody's going to fight for me. My husband's grandmother's 102. She has lived through many things, including the war, but she says she's never suffered anything as hard as I've been through.
That's a pretty big deal. Like, having all of those, like, impactful official documents that you need for a lot more than what you realize in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And go through that for 3 years.
That's insane, man. You can't get over this. Okay. Well, that was a bit weird. I'm glad we talked about it.
That was a bit weird, definitely. This is crazy.
And I still feel like it's going to be a movie at some point. But...
We'll mark it here first. If there's a movie about somebody declared dead when they're actually alive, and then all their stuff gets erased, and now they're trying to become resurrected, Danny called it.
I've called many things in the past.
Yes.
This show being a hit.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I thought it was a given, but you did call it.
We're already convinced that it's a hit.
We're basically famous.
We're delusional. All right, next one.